The least interested party always wins. In life, in business, in dating. What does that mean? Does it mean you're not gonna put your back into it in business and put your all into it and your back in dating? No. It doesn't mean you're actually not interested. It means you're not giving any desperation. It means that you're secure in your position. So like in business, if I'm doing a business deal, I know what I bring to the table. I know why the other person is sitting at the table. I know that I can add value. I know that I'm a good partner. And that's how I am in dating. It's not about being the best looking. And in business, it's not about necessarily being the smartest. It means if I sit down at that table in business, I know I can rock it. Happened to me the other day. Big business, major guy. And I sat down and he needs me and he wants me. Why? Because I run shit and I know what I have. I didn't go to Harvard. I held my own with Mark Cuban and Kevin O'Leary all day, every day, and they would both say that. And that's how I am in dating. I'll hold my own next to a supermodel because there are many things that people look for in a partner. And in dating, for example, intelligence and humor and confidence and good energy and fun. Like for every hot girl, there's a guy sick and tired of blanking her. Why? Because women make the mistake of leading with their looks and leading with their superficiality. And men for 5 minutes may like that, but they don't want someone who's a lot of work, okay? They don't want that. They don't want to sit there and watch a woman get ready for 5 hours being late. That's a turnoff. That lacks confidence, it's not interesting, and you're gonna have to be able to keep that up. So if you start fronting and stunting in the beginning, you're not gonna be able to back it up. And that also holds true in business. That new car smell leaves real fast. So the least interested party always wins.
Yes, I'm in my 40s and I'll actually be 42 this fall. And everything that I use on my skin is 100% natural. Here is the list of everything that I use. First things first, this is one of the biggest things that has made a difference for me. It's called Lalena's oil. It's a blending of castor oil, rosehip, and black seed. It's deeply hydrating because castor oil goes down into the deeper layers of skin, and rosehip has been known as a natural tretinoin. So this oil has helped with softness, it's helped with wrinkles, it's helped with puffiness, it's helped with hyperpigmentation. It really is my holy grail. I mix that with her Frankie oil. I have it here, but the label is rubbed off. And it has frankincense resin oil. It's an oil that's been infused with frankincense resin, and that helps with skin tightness and firmness. I've also been trying out this Oliveda. It has what's called bakuchi oil in it, which is supposed to be a natural form of retinol, and so far I love it. So what I do is I mix all three of those together. Sometimes I'll even thin it out with a little bit of this ancient Greek remedy oil, and I just slather it everywhere, all over my face, all over my neck and my chest, which needs a lot of help, and my hands. I will do this after washing my face. I used to use African black soap because I loved it so much, but I've moved on to something even better. It's a soap with spruce tips, and you can actually also use this as a body wash, and some people even use it for their hair. But it has spruce tips, kaolin clay, castor oil, and a blending of other oils, and it is so hydrating. Also, don't forget to exfoliate.
Men are only supposed to make your life easier. If he is difficult, he is not your man. He is a wild beast. Oh, well, I want to help him and I want to be here for him. Oh, okay, mama girl. Okay, trying to be his mom. Are you a princess or are you his mother? You don't even have a man helping you out. You don't have a man to be your king, and you're out here babysitting this grown-ass man? Okay, go prepare him for his next woman, because that's what you do when you try to piece a man together who hasn't even made a legal commitment to you. He's not protecting, he's not providing, he's doing nothing for you, and you're sitting there sewing him back together. disgusting. Step into your queen energy now. And that's exactly what happens. Women will put a man together, he drops her, and he goes and he finds a woman who he can show off to. Oh, look at me, I'm all put together. And he was put together on the back of another woman. So who do you want to be? Do you want to be the sewer putting him together while he disrespects you and acts like a fool and then goes and gives king energy to someone else? Or do you want to be a princess? Do you want to be the woman he shows up and he's ready for? Because that's what you're worthy for. But it's all about your self-worth. Are you going to accept whoever? Are you okay with a man just showing up and treating you disrespectfully? Are you just going to give in because he's hot and he knows how to lay it down in the bedroom? Are you going to be a princess? You let me know, because you're worthy of a king. Now you need to realize you're worthy of one.
If no one ever taught you how to make men and people worship you like you are a literal goddess, when I say this literally works, this girl texted me saying that a man handed her $100 bill simply just for existing. And when I did this, I saw results instantly. As soon as I walked into Starbucks, everyone looked at me and the lady ended up giving me my order for free. And then when I was basically just doing my work, a guy came over and was like, "Sorry, I'm not trying to hit on you. I just want to make friends and your energy is so good," and bought me a Starbucks drink. Never opened my own doors. People are always saying that they're literally obsessed with my energy. Guys are always saying that they want to date me, they want to be exclusive with me right away. What we are using is the Princess Treatment Formula Guide. This will basically walk you through step by step how to instantly activate your feminine energy in the moment, tell you exactly how to act in situations, tell you exactly what to say with scripts to get princess treatment, to get everybody to be obsessed with you. Gives you the exact affirmations to repeat into your head. It is so good. It works literally instantly when you use it, and you can get instant access to it in my profile link. So the first step in activating your feminine energy is obviously looking feminine. An easy way to do that is to wear skirts or dresses all the time. And in the formula, it actually gave me literal examples, Pinterest boards of exactly what to wear to be extremely feminine, classy, because this works best if you just look very classy and you're embracing your natural beauty. The second thing is when you walk into a room, you cannot be putting your energy outward. That will make you demagnetize. So instead of going into a room and being like, "Oh, I hope people like me. Oh, I hope he really likes me. I hope he gives me princess treatment. I hope he asks me out." You want to walk into a room with all of your energy on you, thinking about how obsessed you are with yourself, thinking about how amazing your life is, thinking about how beautiful you look. You want to envision yourself as literal royalty, because people give princess treatment to people who are special, people who are royal. I kid you not, in the formula it tells you exactly how to see yourself as somebody who is royalty, somebody who is feminine, classy, elegant, and gives you literally exact affirmations to be thinking in the moment to always feel like you are feminine royalty, like you are just that freaking girl. The next thing is your self-talk. Whatever you are thinking about yourself in the moment is exactly what people are going to think about you, because your energy speaks, and the way that you think causes you to act differently. Next, the way you act says so much about you. If you want princess treatment and you want people to literally be magnetized by you, they need to see that you are in your feminine energy by the way that you act. So the formula literally says exactly how to act when you go to restaurants, when you go on dates, like in exact situations. This is key because when people look at you, they will assume that you are used to getting princess treatment, you are used to being treated like a feminine goddess. So people will start literally treating you like you've always been spoiled, opening doors for you, paying for you, giving you free things, just doing things for you. And lastly, you want to speak in your feminine energy. You never want to control the situation with what you're saying. Women who are in their feminine energy always talk about what they would like, what would please them, and that basically tells other people what to do. So the formula literally gave me word for word scripts on exactly what to say to get whatever I want, make him buy me flowers, make him open the door for me, always make him pay the bill, and just how to make other people please you 24/7. And if your man is doing something that you don't like, it tells you exactly how to make him start pleasing you again and giving you princess treatment. The best part is you can use this anywhere at any time to instantly activate your feminine energy. And if you grab the princess treatment formula, you can just literally download it to your phone. You get it for life, and then you can use it whenever you go on a date, before you go to work, before you're about to go out in public, and it literally instantly activates your feminine energy, makes you radiate, makes you so magnetic in the moment, no matter what you're doing or who you're with. And you can get instant access to it in the first part of my profile. Love you.
just trying to look for jobs so I can pay my fucking rent and not go negative, and I can't find any jobs that are gonna pay me.
Hey Lonnie, I help people get jobs, and I feel like all you need is a small push for you to get a job, and so I hope this helps. First, I found your name on your TikTok bio. And is this you? I confirmed that it's you because of your name, but also you're in LA. Now, you have a great start to your profile, but we need to beef it up. But let me be your first follower and connection. Now, I'm going to use a blank template to build out your LinkedIn. The first thing we need to do is highlight your social media. It is so good. Companies would die to have someone like you. And this is going straight to your LinkedIn as CEO and founder, Lano EXE Media. And your description should reflect the work that you've done, like this. Add some skills. And now we need to translate this over to your resume. So let me quickly build out your resume. Boom, it's done. I DM'd a link to your IG, so it should be in your inbox. So now that we have your resume and LinkedIn, this is what I want you to search on LinkedIn jobs. The first one, $25 an hour. The second, 70 to 80,000 a year, and so many more. Apply to these jobs. Reach out and network with the hiring managers. And let me know if you want a part 2. Lonnie, I hope this helps. My DMs are open, so let me know.
You have to become the person first before you get the things that you want. This is a non-negotiable contract that the universe writes. Changing ourselves in the most fundamental of levels, and that is our core beliefs, our narratives, changes the way we see the world. And when that happens, we attract so many things that was not in our viable options of attraction before. A lot of people operate from this, I need to get what I want first before I can change, not realizing that in order for you to get what you want, you have to change first. I just started listening to this podcast called How to Transform Your Life from the Inside Out, and I have not even gone through all of it yet, and it's crazy. The podcast talks about how a lot of people operate from the have, do, be mentality, where if they can have that thing, then they're going to start doing the things that that person is doing, and then they become that person. Not realizing that it's the opposite way around. It is the be, do, have. You have to become the person first, and then you need to start doing the things that that person is, and then you're gonna have the things that you want. You have met a lot of people who operate from the haves, and there's so many days where I'm the haves. You know, it's like, if only I have this, then I'll be this. If only I have my diploma, I'll have this. If only I have a better set of friends, I'll have this. If only I have a better body, I'll be happier in life. If only I have $1 million, I'll be better. They're kind of honestly miserable. Like, it's like nothing in life sustains them. And then you've met people who are the bees. It's like they don't care about the outcomes. They're always just on their feet. Like, knowing that the outcomes doesn't matter. It's just they have to be the person. They'll always be like, I'll just be more committed. I'll just be more stronger. I'll just be more tenacious. They're focused on character first rather than the rewards. Character is the biggest theme here. Who are you as a person? Because if you're not getting the things that you want in life right now, do a good inventory. Who are you as a person? Are you someone who's committed? Are you someone who's hardworking? Are you someone who doesn't give up when things gets hard? Or are you someone who always just slink back on the first sign of discomfort, pop on Netflix, pop on some weed, pop on some any kind of like high inducing drugs that you have because discomfort doesn't sit well with you? You can see what people have in their lives and what they're gonna have later on in their lives by just looking at their most elementary, basic character. Who are they as a person? Like, who are they? That alone can answer what they have in life and what they're gonna get. Then I ask the same question for you. Who are you as a person? Because that can answer why you're not getting the things that you want in life and why you're not gonna get the things you want later on. Character is something that we just don't think nowadays because we're always so constantly bombarded with other things. We're so focused on personality and copying other people's personality, but character just runs deep. Character runs deep. They are those strong adjectives that we bestow upon someone or even ourselves. Having a strong set of characters is what's going to give you what you want in life. Again, the becoming comes first before getting the wants. You want a life that feels fulfilling, that you're happy about, that you're proud of. Can you become the person who's not constantly becoming distracted, who's not constantly on Netflix, who's not constantly on their phone? Can you become the person who can put themselves into uncomfortable situations that they can learn? If you want a better social circle and if you want a better set of friends, can you become someone who can finally cut off those set of friends that doesn't do you well? Can you become someone who can go out there and make friends that are better for you? You let go of being shy and being, I'm just an introvert, and actually have a conversation with a stranger so that you can make other friends. You want someone to come in and love you unconditionally, but first, can you become someone who can love yourself unconditionally? Because when you do love yourself unconditionally, you can build boundaries. When you build boundaries about other people and yourself, other people can sense that and you will attract someone who will love you unconditionally. Again, a lot of this is formulaic. Like, we're looking from the outside in perspective rather than from the inside out. We have to become the person first before we get the things that we want. Honestly, that's so much more empowering than waiting, because people who are focused on the wanting are just constantly just waiting. They're waiting for that person to come. They're waiting for that new job to come. They're waiting for that new opportunity to come. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Once you start changing your self-concept, you're not going to be waiting anymore. One self-concept that I can partake to you guys is this idea of, what if you start to embody that you deserve better in life? That's focus on the inside out. That's focus on becoming first. What if you really think about it? You deserve better. You're going to start doing shit. You're going to start doing things that will make your life better because you know deep down that you deserve better. That's an inside out approach. If you have time tonight or any time coming up in the future, start sitting down and taking inventory of your life. Ask yourself why you're not getting the things that you want. And then follow that up with, who am I as a person? And then correlate those two. You'll start to see the discrepancy between the person that you are right now and the things that you want. And they do not correlate. So in order for you to change that, change the person that you are. And then you're going to get the things that you want. Love you all.
Here's exactly what I would do step by step if I had to start my business from zero and do it all in less than 1 year. So we are starting with $0. Okay, we have no money. We want to make 6 figures right away. I would start TikTok Shop affiliate and I would become a freaking expert at this by focusing all of my effort into just this alone. I would use Kalo data to find trending products and I would see what the most viral videos are. I would basically copy their script and edit it slightly to change it up, of course, recreate it and post those videos. By the end of the month, I should be making anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000 from posting just those videos alone that generate sales for those products. I would use that money to invest it into launching my own brand on TikTok Shop. I would focus solely on this and scale my portfolio. By the end of the 6 months, I would have a few products launched and 2 sources of income. I'd also launch those same products on Amazon. Now I would have 3 sources of income, all from my laptop and from anywhere in the world. And it all started with $0 invested.
Excuse me, ma'am. 502. Question for you.
Thank you so much.
Is this your Ferrari?
Yes, it is.
And what do you do for a living out here in Scottsdale to be able to afford a Ferrari?
I'm an entrepreneur.
And how long have you been a business owner for?
3 years.
3 years?
Yes.
And I go all over the country just asking business owners their best advice to new entrepreneurs. Could I ask you a couple quick questions for the channel?
Sure.
What was the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
So the most amount of money will be this year. We'll do north of 20 million annual reoccurring revenue.
$20 million.
20 million.
Now, as a multiple 8-figure entrepreneur, what was the best financial advice that you ever received?
You have to bet on yourself. A lot of people value money over valuing themselves. I value myself over money, which is why I'm so rich.
What took your company from 7 to 8 figures?
Marketing and sales is huge. If you don't have somebody overseeing and driving the function of marketing and sales, you don't have a business. But then the challenges you face as a business owner is not just capturing the demand and then converting it, but fulfilling the service so that the client experience doesn't break. So that requires somebody who has a lot of operational experience to come in and build systems and process.
How old are you now?
43.
How old were you when you became a millionaire?
I was actually 40, so it's never too late.
But if you were to go back in time and have a conversation with your 20-year-old self when you were starting from zero, what's the best advice that you would give to your younger self?
To not give a fuck what anybody thinks about you. You have to believe in yourself. I think when I was younger, I didn't have relentless belief in myself and I wasn't unapologetic about who I was. It took me a long time to be who I am today.
If you want a toned body as a woman, this is for you. There seems to be a war going on between low impact movement, heavy lifting, HIIT, what have you. I don't care what you do, I just care that you are informed about the pros and cons of the decisions that you're making, the nuances, which no one likes to talk about. If you are in a calorie deficit, meaning you are eating less food, less energy than your body is expending, you'll be in an energy deficit, then in order to ensure that most, if not all, of that weight that is coming from your body is coming from fat and not muscle, doing progressive overload lifting, which is the most effective and efficient way to build and maintain muscle mass, is going to be your best friend. Now, I have clients who say, I understand this, I still don't care. Great. Now, this is just covering the aesthetic component. The health benefits of lifting, being strong, and having muscle, all of those have individual benefits and plenty of overlapping ones. That's an aside. Another great thing about progressive overload lifting is that the more muscle you have on your frame, the higher your BMR is. Now, this is not the amount that most people say. They're like, oh, 50 calories for every pound of muscle. I fucking wish. But that is one of the things that matters as we age, because muscle mass tends to decrease, and that can make an impact. Even just 100 calories, let's say, it's typically around 7 calories. We estimate, meaning research estimates, when we're actually putting this muscle to use in day-to-day activities. So an additional 10, 15 pounds of muscle, that can lead to roughly 100 calories or more. Again, just an estimate. Having muscle mass can also help with blood sugar regulation, which can help with appetite, which can help with weight loss or maintaining your weight. And so often what I hear from women is, oh, every time I lift, I just feel bulky. Well, that's because you are basically adding a coat underneath a sweater. There's that layer of body fat on top of that. But if we play the long game, if you go through a period of adding muscle where you are not losing body fat, which is totally fine, you're putting yourself in a really great position metabolically that when you do decide to focus on fat loss, your body's going to be primed and ready to go, and you're going to be able to reveal all of that beautiful muscle, which gives you that toned look. So you get to weigh more, which means you eat more while maintaining a lower body fat percentage. Sign me the fuck up.
Okay, I look a little crazy, but these are all the different things I'm gonna try to make extra money. I don't really care. Y'all can take my idea. There's how many brands of toilet paper and ideas. Ideas are a dime a dozen, but actually putting them into play or whatever the hell they say. So I have drop shipping lashes and hair on a website. My vintage Instagram, which I've actually been working on. I think I'm gonna try to build a website for it real quick tonight. A print-on-demand Etsy shop for phone cases, body butters, Amazon cookbook, and a print-on-demand t-shirt website. Okay, that's 6 different ideas I'm gonna try, and I already have a Etsy shop right now where I sell like graphic design, so that'll be 7. You know, they say the average streams of income a millionaire has is 7, so.
This is my master list of life hacks that are actually helpful. I hope it's useful to you. Number 1, put a scrunchie on your keys. I have been doing this for probably 2 years now, and I cannot tell you how useful it is because, boom, I actually don't have to carry my keys. And I know a lot of people have straps that you can put on your keys, but I can swing this bad boy around and it ain't going anywhere. And I think for me, like especially on a dog walk, if I don't have a pocket for my keys, boom, done. Stupid, but it slays. If you're a foodie, especially if you're a foodie in a city where you need to make a reservation to go to all of your favorite restaurants, this one is key, standing reservations. Every 2 weeks, I have a reservation for one of my favorite restaurants in the city or a restaurant that I really want to try, and I don't necessarily have someone set that I'm going to dinner with that day, but I can find someone to go to dinner with. I've got a long list of people who I want to catch up with at any given time. I can find someone, and worst case scenario, if I can't, then cancel the reservation, but if you want to make sure that you're hitting all of those restaurants, it's so much easier to just have a reservation booked. It makes me feel so adult to be able to say, oh yeah, no, I already have a standing reso at this restaurant. It's so great. This one is small and stupid and extremely useful. If you take multiple medications, instead of just taking them one by one, take each of the pills, put it in your hand or in your mouth, and then swallow them all at once. I cannot tell you how many times I'm taking my medication and I've been going, oh, did I take that one? And because I'm too lazy to fill up a dosette, I have no idea. But now, I know. I've either taken all of my medications or I've taken none of my medications, and it makes my life so much easier. Number 4. My friend Fiona taught me this, and if you don't have very much space in your closet to fold your sweaters, this is key. So instead of just hanging it by the hanger, fold it once, and then use the armpit hole as the place that you put the top of the hanger. Fold each piece over. Boom, done. I love this. I just grabbed 2 of these to show you guys, but if you haven't, take your makeup out of your makeup bag. I used to go rummaging for everything because it was all just in one big makeup bag. All of my face products, other than my foundation and my powder, are in here. I want blush, blush. And it just sits in my drawer and changes my life. It's this little relic of what it used to be, a styptic pencil. This is essentially a chalk that you run over any small cuts and it will stop bleeding. So if you cut yourself shaving, boom, done. You have like a little bleed on your face from popping a zit, which you shouldn't do, boom, done. I hope you find those helpful. Some of them are stupid, but they are my life hacks.
Remember that obscenely gorgeous girl who was like, Oh, next time you're cheated on, just remember I've been cheated on too, and people gave her crap for it. Well, the truth is, and it's probably really unpopular, but I'm going to say it anyway. A lot of women who look like her do get cheated on. A lot more than women who don't fit into the quote unquote beauty standard, because men who are attracted to, you know, women who look like a status symbol treat women like that as a status symbol. So they're dating you so that their friends think that they are a higher status. And that is not great. That is the exact way to attract a terrible man. So instead of us, like, you know, just filing everything off of ourselves so that we fit into this quote unquote male perfect beauty standard, just remember the kind of man that you're attracting like that is the worst kind.
Want to make your day and possibly your entire life better? Simply make the first meal of the day high protein. Now, I know what you're thinking. Michael, what the hell are you talking about? How's a protein-centric meal going to make my day and possibly my whole life better? Well, a lot of you are suffering from low energy, chronic fatigue, brain fog, hungry every 3 hours, and maybe you have all these fitness goals you're putting off, but because they feel so overwhelming, like there's so much to do, you don't even start. Paralysis by analysis. If you just make this one choice of a high protein breakfast, and when I say breakfast, I mean whenever you have your first meal. I don't eat until around lunchtime. Make your first meal 40 to 60 grams of protein, male or female, doesn't matter, and tell me you are not feeling like you're starting your day off on the right foot, so you have a mental win. Your energy levels are not better because your blood sugar is more stable. Your brain fog is less. Your fatigue is less. And you maybe find yourself making even better choices because you started your day with a good choice. And the locomotion and inertia of good choices is creating a whole new life for you. I'm telling you, if you feel overwhelmed by this shit, if you feel like shit, just have a high protein meal for your first meal of the day, and everything might just get a little bit better. I'm telling you. I know it sounds simple, but just try it. If you think I'm wrong, try it, and then you can come back after 7 days of doing it and tell me, and I'll eat my words. All right? It isn't easy, but it is simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Have a great day.
Did you know that the version of yourself that has the exact dream life that you want is actually literally parallel to you, and sometimes you guys bump up against each other? I experience this myself multiple times a day, and this is coming from someone who is an energy healer, an intuitive, an Akashic Records reader, and also a serial entrepreneur, which means I see this also for my clients who are business owners when they're thinking about the highest version of their business and how they wish they could just make it happen. It's already happening. The best way that I can describe it is, you know, when you're in line about to order your coffee and the person in front of you gets done and they turn around and momentarily you lock eyes, or maybe you just notice them and they brush up against you as they're moving back and you're moving front. And it works like this. Have you ever had moments where you just have this urge to get up and go for a walk, or to check social media, or to connect to somebody, or to pick out this book and just open it up and read a specific passage in it? That is not just a random insight. That's actually that parallel version of you, your higher self, giving you that nudge, giving you that guidance, because it knows that you are wanting to shift into that reality. So if you want to access this version of your reality, my advice to you is, first, really acknowledge that it's not a huge leap from where you are right now. It's so parallel to you. It's so close to you. It's sitting right next to you. It brushes up against you. You get whiffs of it. You get images of it. You get dreams of it. Sometimes people in your current life might even mention things that you're like, wait, did that happen to me? Or was that a different version of me that they're talking about? You are so entwined with the reality that you want because you've already created it in the quantum. So just know that what you want wants you. What you want is so much closer than you think. And if you would just relax and listen to the messages, follow your passion, follow those inclinations, you would land there within a moment. And if you would like some help getting unstuck, especially if you're a business owner, then check the link in my bio, because I'm offering free consults. Typically you have to pay for them. I'm offering free consults for the month of July because July is awesome.
What if I can't find anyone like her again? Oh, you won't. You'll never find anyone like her again. That's never gonna happen. That's fine. There's no one else like her.
My advice to you would be to book the ticket, buy the camera, sign up for the class.
A little over a year ago, I read a book called The Top 5 Regrets of Dying, and it is written by a woman who worked in palliative care. So she took care of people in their last few months of living, and she would just talk to them during the last few days of their lives. And the two most popular regrets that she had learned about when she was working in palliative care were, I wish I had the courage to live a life that was true to myself and not what others expected of me. And I wish I hadn't worked so hard. So she talks about how people took the traditional path, whatever their family told them essentially, of go here, get this job, do this for the rest of your life, yada yada. And then because they're so focused on maintaining that, they tell themselves like, oh, I'll have fun when, I retire. And then they never actually retire. They never actually get to have the fun that they want. I read this book and I took this advice very literally because at the time I was working as a biomedical engineer and I was making content for you guys about that. It's what everyone told me was a stable career. It's what I was programmed to believe was a great career path. But everything in me just wanted to travel, and that's the only thing I could think about every single day when I was going into lab. So I left my job and I now live in LA and I get to travel for a living. Going after a life that is true to you takes so much courage, but it all starts with very simple acts like signing up for the class, buying the ticket, turning on the camera. It's very, very simple.
Your hair is your best accessory. If your hair looks good, your entire outfit looks good. I don't know how else to explain it. Like if it looks nice, shiny, and healthy, and it's done right, it's styled like the way that it fits you, it actually makes your entire outfit look good. I'm wearing a boring ass outfit right now, but my hair, it's giving. It's giving healthy, it's giving shiny, glossy. Like some love was put into this hair.
I read a quote recently that said, enjoy being in the process of becoming. And I was like, that's so nice, because I think for people who want to better themselves and make progress in whatever domain that is, you can kind of get too caught up in that, and actually you're not present and you're not appreciating where you're at. So yeah, enjoy being, becoming.
What I wish I knew about having kids before I had them. The idea that you can have it all is both true and not true. You can have it all, just not all at once. When you're managing your family, there's going to be sacrifices, and you need to determine if that sacrifice has a better long-term benefit. Investing in bettering yourself may take time away from your family, but will give more of you to your family when you're actually with them. Spending time with your children may take away from work, but that investment in your kids and that time spent will help them down the line. You're not going to make all the right decisions all the time, but just think about the long-term benefits. When you were pregnant, you didn't know how it was all gonna work out, living in a small apartment with roommates in San Francisco, living week to week. But as your children grew, so did you. You will not use your children as the reason to not achieve your goals, but as the reason why. You do not need all of those gadgets or even a changing table. I mean, now you don't even need a diaper genie. Have you seen the 17 diaper lady? You just don't really need all that stuff. But you are going to buy a Toy Story Jessie doll with the last few dollars in your bank account. And you would do it again. But get smarter about how to make money sooner. Everything worthwhile in life takes hard work. And children are no exception. You think you're going to miss the times when they were little. And part of you does. But having older kids, there's a magic there. It's going to be okay. As your kids grow, you grow too.